Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Block Thrasher Crypto Update. We are simplifying crypto by shattering the complexities of crypto with news, commentary, analysis, and education. Listen, this is your number one source for everything crypto, every single day. It would behoove you to check in, download, listen to the Block Thrasher Daily Crypto Update. Behoove you. Behoove, the word of the day, B-E-H-O-O-V-E, to be worthwhile to, as for personal profit or advantage. That's right. That's what we're all about here. I want you to be as informed as you possibly can be regarding everything crypto. What is happening? What is going on? What are the important news stories of the day? What is happening in the market? What are the new tokens that are worthy of paying attention to and watching? Let's jump right in and take a look at the market today. Total market cap is up 2.1% according to CoinGecko.com. That means we're back over $2 trillion. Yes! Can I get an amen? Bitcoin dominance continues to fall. It is down 53.7% is where Bitcoin sits now in terms of dominance, and Ethereum is at 11.7%. Gas prices are down a little bit. A standard gas price is 150 gwei currently. That's actually good. Good for all the traders, right? What's happening with the rest of the market? Let's just take a look here quickly. Bitcoin is up in the last 24 hours, 1.3%. It is currently 58,368. Interesting. We're not seeing the Bitcoin price rise that much, in spite of the fact that the total cryptocurrency market cap is going up. Come on, Bitcoin. You can do it. You can bust through that $60,000 resistance wall. I'm sure we're going to see that happen here soon. Ethereum is up 1.3%, the same as Bitcoin. It is now $2,069.34. Binance Coin, BNB, just seems to have fired up the rockets and will not relent. Up 6.3%. And as we see this happen with Binance Coin, it's made me think. I was thinking yesterday about this and how there might be something worth talking about in terms of other tokens or another coin to look at. We're going to get to that at the end of today's episode when we talk about the coin highlight. XRP is up 4.5%. It is now 99 cents. And XRP is in the news again today. We're going to look at least, I think, one story regarding XRP. More interesting stuff. Polkadot is up 1.5%. It is $41.10. Cardano is down 0.3%. Not really, hardly noticeable, notable even. It is $1.21. Uniswap up 1.5% to $29.92. Litecoin is up 0.7%, $225 for Litecoin. All right. Chainlink is in the news too. We're going to talk about Chainlink a little bit. Chainlink's down 1.3%. It is currently $31.86. And Chainlink rounds up the top 10 at number 10. Looking further down the list, Theta Network, though, is at number 11 still, $12.49. It's down 3.7%. Bitcoin Cash, $630.62, down just 0.4%. Stellar, down 0.2%, sorry, 48 cents. Filecoin, up 11.7%. Regaining some of those losses it's had the last couple of days. It is $171. Let's take a look at some of the losers over the last 24 hours. WIN token, down 7.9%. However, it was up 200.9% in the last 7 days. So, at negative 7%, almost 8%, does not hurt very much for Wink holders. Nothing is down though. I mean, look at this. Only 7% for Dent, 4.9% for Chili's. Really, really not much happening in terms of down. Now, in terms of the winners over the 24 hours, we've got Waves coming in at up 46.9%, and KuCoin token, which is going to be our token highlight of the day, is up 32.5% in the last 24 hours at 1667, up 154% on the week. KuCoin looking good, and we're going to talk more about KuCoin. But before we do that, let's jump into the news items of the day. CipherTrace and Chainlink just made DeFi more compliant. This is interesting. So we're going to dive into this just a little bit just a little bit. CipherTrace DeFi Compli is what it's being called, is a new compliance oracle on Chainlink. It assists DeFi projects in following OFAC sanctions and blacklisted cryptocurrency addresses. What in the world is this OFAC? Well, just in case you don't know, it is the Office of Foreign Assets Control. The Office of Foreign Assets Control, known as OFAC, of the U.S. Department of the Treasury, administers and enforces economic and trade sanctions based on U.S. foreign policy and national security goals against targeted foreign countries and regimes, terrorists, international narcotics traffickers, those engaged in activities related to the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. I wonder how many people that could be. And other threats to the national security, foreign policy, or economy of the United States. And it's interesting because you can click here on the site and get a PDF that lists all of these individuals, entities, companies, etc., that are on the OFAC list of prohibited people and individuals and entities in which you can do business with. And it's huge. It's massive. It's fun to kind of look over it, though, and see what some of the names are. But that's what OFAC does. OFAC enforces the sanctions. So it's interesting because what's happening here with DeFi Compli and its oracle that's been developed on Chainlink is they are going to, they're going to connect to that OFAC list database, I assume. But apparently there's got to be a list of crypto addresses that are tied to these individuals and entities that it will then feed that list, that data list through the Chainlink, through a Chainlink oracle into the DeFi projects. And I'm assuming this is already happening with the centralized as well, in order to prevent these people who are on this list from using the DeFi protocols, the exchanges, etc. Fascinating for sure. XRP news. You don't own me. This is sort of like this author pretending that this is the XRP holders, the community, saying, SEC, you don't own me. XRP price surge defies SEC's clampdown on crypto. Yeah. Since the start of April, the surge in price of XRP has been backed by high tweet volumes, which approached relative highs after the United States Securities and Exchange Commission initiated a lawsuit against Ripple, alleging that the firm had been indulging in the sale of securities worth $1.3 billion. A number of prominent exchanges across the globe, including Coinbase, Kraken, OKCoin, proceeded to delist Ripple's native currency, XRP, from their platforms. As a result, many across the globe thought it was just a matter of time before the once promising project died a slow but sure death. However, it seems that XRP has been on a tear ever since that bad news dropped, with the cryptocurrency's value having risen by over 100% since the start of April, currently trading at around $1.03. And I've got to say, I'll admit, I thought it would certainly die this slow death. And And my reasons for that was I thought the SEC potentially had a good argument, and they may. I mean, this is still to be determined which direction this is going to go. But that being said, and I've always had inhibitions toward XRP just because I do not like a crypto that is as centralized as XRP is. I do not like it when I see a team, a foundation, or any other entity holding such a massively large portion of said crypto. Much better. Much. I mean, it's just so much better to have a more decentralized platform and a better distribution of the tokens. However, that being said, XRP just continues to defy that logic or that reasoning and do incredibly well. And it's back at what, number 4 on market cap, right? So there you go. Back in December 2020, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs, its CEO Brad Garlinghouse and chairman Christian Larson, alleging they had participated in unlicensed security offering back in August 2013. Not only that, the government body further accused Garlinghouse and Larson of failing to register their personal XRP sales, estimated to be worth $600 million, with the regulatory body. In turn, Ripple's defense counsel has challenged the SEC suit, stating that the XRP token is similar to other prominent cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ether, both of which have been classified as commodities by the SEC. Although it's interesting because we've got another article that contradicts what they're saying here in this reporting, that Bitcoin's been classified as a commodity, but Ethereum, there's some disagreement potentially within the SEC. And we'll talk about that here in just a bit. Furthermore, Ripple's legal team has also highlighted the fact that it took the commission more than 8 years to file its complaint. And this is probably, I think, one of their greatest strong. We talked about that yesterday. It's just how ridiculous for the SEC to suddenly in 2020, December of 2020, I think it was December 22nd, suddenly realized, oh yeah, this is an unregistered security that's been, 7 years live, going on 8 now. It just doesn't hold. So what has actually caused XRP price to surge? Jose Maria Masado, a partner at cryptocurrency analyst firm Delphi Digital, told Cointelegraph that in his view, the latest monetary upswing comes alongside a broader rise in other old-timer actions, altcoins such as EOS. So he's just saying it's sort of like with the market. And then that could be true. He added that XRP's performance can most likely be attributed to positive news surrounding Ripple's SEC case, particularly as it relates to its win in a recent discovery hearing. Okay, not much else there that I want to cover with you guys. SEC disagreement emerges on whether Ethereum is a security, and this is what I wanted to jump into here. Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP are primed for higher highs. The 3 leading cryptocurrencies appear to be building momentum before their next leg up. Okay, let's jump down here. Okay, Bitcoin consolidates before higher highs. Okay, this is not what I want to look at. Ethereum targets all-time new highs. Yes, we know. XRP, we won't get into this. Oh, I know why. This is not the story. All right, I'm rather than read some of it to you, I'm just gonna go by memory and talk about this issue here. So what has happened is the outgoing SEC people, Hinneman and I'm blanking on the other former chairman of the SEC's name, both seem to make statements that they saw Ethereum as a commodity as well, just like Bitcoin. However, it's interesting because we read in a story yesterday that they may have a conflict of interest and reason, incentivization to say such because they were receiving money indirectly from companies that were part of the Ethereum Foundation. And in contrast to that, the incoming SEC chairman has stated that he believes that Ethereum may be an unregistered security. Gary Gensler, here it is. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler has reportedly alluded that Bitcoin is a commodity, but his comments on Ethereum date back to 2018 when he said it is a non-compliant security. Until an official statement by the financial watchdog is released, a senior counsel at the SEC recommends that investors take a note of caution. Regulators in the U.S. have yet to offer clarity around the legality of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Although the former has been unofficially deemed a commodity, the latter could fall in line with Ripple's security status. This is one of the reasons why what is happening with Ripple is so important. And also what is interesting is that Ripple, in this last hearing, was able to get the judge to require that the SEC release its documents which state what their view is regarding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that could be huge. The U.S. Security and Exchange Commission stance on Bitcoin seems clear, though the financial watchdog has yet to issue an official document. Chairman Gary Gensler alluded that BTC is a commodity, so incoming chairman. During his congressional hearing in early March, Gensler promised to promote blockchain technology while ensuring that investors are protected. He said, quote, to the extent that somebody is offering an investment contract or security that's under the SEC remit and they have exchanges that operate there, then we have to make sure there's investor protection. If it's not that and it's a commodity, as Bitcoin has been deemed to be, then it's either a question for Congress or it's possibly a question for the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, said Gensler. Along the same lines, SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce recently affirmed that the U.S. has moved past the point of banning Bitcoin because the only way to do so is by shutting down, quote, shutting down the internet. So here's more about the Ethereum legal status in limbo. Despite the overall consensus around Bitcoin's non-security status, the same does not apply to the second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, Ethereum. Dugan Bliss, senior trial counsel at the SEC, said that the agency had not taken an official position on Ether. The attorney disregarded previous claims made by Bill Hinneman, former director of the SEC's Division of Corporation Finance, who suggested that offers and sales of ETH are not security transactions. Now, quote, there was a speech by a high-ranking person who said that to him, that's what it looked like, but there has been no action letter. No enforcement action, none of the official ways in which the SEC takes a position on that matter that has occurred, said Bliss. Bliss' remarks fall in line with what Gensler told the New York Times in 2018. There's a strong case for both Ethereum and Ripple that they are non-compliant securities because these cryptocurrencies were sold by their creators and purchased primarily as investments for speculative reasons. Although I think there is a little bit of a difference here between Ripple and XRP and Ethereum, because you've got Ripple Labs, which is a company that they can go after, versus Ethereum, which, yes, it has founders, and yes, those founders profited greatly. However, I mean, Ethereum has the foundation, but it's really not the same. And there's just some differences there. Ripple and its two main executives, Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse, are already facing charges for the sale of unregistered securities worth $1.3 billion. Meanwhile, the Ethereum Foundation and its founder, Vitalik Buterin, have yet to be subpoenaed by a regulatory agency. Until an official statement is released, investors should approach Ethereum with caution, as Counsel Bliss suggested. So, and this wouldn't apply just for Ethereum. I mean, this would also affect Cardano and Polkadot and all the others. And it's one of the reasons why decentralization is so important. It's, if you look at what's happening with Cardano, you look at what's happening with Polkadot and Ethereum. Yes, there are foundations. They could go after the foundations, certainly. They could go after the founders, but all of these are decentralized blockchains that will continue to run and operate. And if they do take action against the founders, it's subject to question what impact that's going to have on the network, on the ecosystem, on the platform, and on the holders, as we see here with XRP. And that's one of the reasons why this is so interesting to watch. That it has one of the reasons why it might have recently seen an increase in price as well that wasn't mentioned earlier, is that they have they've secured a partnership with a payment processing system. I am blanking on the name of it currently. It's just not coming to mind. But it's one of the largest payment processing systems within Asia. And so they're working with that entity, and XRP continues to just thrive globally in other places outside the US. It's like Arlo or something like that, or Argo. Anyway, we'll cover it at some other point. It'll come to my mind what that entity is that Ripple Labs is partnering with. And so to an extent, that's one of the beautiful things about crypto. It's global and it's outside of the reach, actually, in ways. Here's a little bit of news that just is another example of adoption. Billionaire real estate mogul will let tenants pay rent in Bitcoin. Legendary developer Rick Caruso is entering the world of crypto. Caruso's eponymous real estate company says tenants of his residential and retail properties can soon pay their rent in Bitcoin. The Los Angeles-based company, one of the most profitable real estate development firms in the world, reveals that it invested in the King coin as part of its treasury management strategy. So similar to MicroStrategy and Sailor, Caruso is adding Bitcoin to its treasury and now accepting Bitcoin for rent payments. You gotta love it. Here's what Caruso said. I believe Bitcoin and cryptocurrency will play an important role in our collective future, and working with Gemini now will bring unparalleled experiences and pioneering technology that add real value to our guest experience. All right, moving on. Here's another example of some crazy mass adoption info, and also good news for VeChain. Wow, Salesforce test VeChain blockchain, sending VET to new highs. VeChain made an all-time new high over the past few hours, rising above 13 cents. The hype around it seems to be related to its collaboration with Salesforce. VeChain made headlines after Salesforce announced it would test the firm's traceability solutions platform, VeChain Thor. VeChain's native token, VET, saw its price surge by more than 70% since late March. Following a minor retracement, investors have been taking advantage of every downswing to scoop tokens at a discount, helping prices advance further. Salesforce's decision to enable open, seamless data sharing across multiple parties using data hashed on the VeChain Thor public blockchain seems to have fueled the most recent upswing. Good stuff. All right, here's our coin highlight of the day, and here's what I wanted to talk about. So we've got Binance Coin just killing it, right? Which obviously Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange globally, and it is its smart contract system, the Binance Smart Chain, and it's doing a lot of other things, which are obviously pushing its value proposition up and the price. If we look at the exchanges as listed by CoinGecko in terms of volume, number one is Binance, and then Coinbase Pro, Kraken, Bitfinex, Binance US, Crypto.com, Huobi, OKX, and KuCoin. Now, we've seen a lot of these tokens actually do, the ones that have tokens do incredibly well. Binance has done very well. Crypto.com, the CRO token, has done very well over time. One that I wanted to point out today, and this is our coin highlight though, is KuCoin, which comes in at number 9. So it is within the top 10 in terms of total volume on the exchange. The KuCoin token, though, currently sits at, we're going to scroll down till we reach it here on CoinGecko.com. No, never mind that. I've got it listed. I got it open here on Market Cap. It's number 84. It's currently trading at $15.57, up 21.25% in the last 24 hours. It was one of the winners in terms of gains over the last 24 hours. Let's talk about this project here for just a little bit. What is the KuCoin token? KCS. It's the native token of KuCoin, which was launched back in 2017 as a profit-sharing token that allows traders to draw value from the exchange. It was issued as an ERC20 token running on the Ethereum network and was supported by most Ethereum wallets. The total supply of KCS was set at 200 million, so it has a low supply. However, as we're going to see here in a moment, they have planned, there it is, a buyback and burn until just 100 million KCS remain. So that's good. Sooner or later, as the KuCoin decentralized trading solution goes live, so they're working on a DEX, KCS will be the native asset of KuCoin's decentralized financial services as well as the governance token of the KuCoin community in the future. KuCoin has also announced that empowering KCS will be a key priority of KuCoin and will build KCS as a killer product rather than a simple token, which is bound to further diversify the benefits that KCS holders can access. In the long run, KCS performs as the key to the entire KuCoin ecosystem. With the development of DEX and KuChain, KCS will also be the underlying fuel and general token for future KuCoin decentralized products. More details will likely be released in the near future. So it sounds like they're wanting to do the same as Binance, where they will eventually create a KuChain, they're calling it. And then they're also going to do a DEX and other DeFi type of things. So what makes KuCoin token unique? KCS bonus is regarded as one of the best ways to get passive income. Users who hold more than 6 KCS can get a daily dividend, which comes from 50% of KuCoin's daily trading fee revenue. So that's sweet. That is really cool. There's been others that have tried, other smaller exchanges that have done this in the past, and I've always thought it was a brilliant idea. Why not share the profits of the exchange with your holders of your token, with your community? And so that's what they're doing. KCS bonus is a unique incentive mechanism for KCS holders and KuCoin ecosystem builders. The amount of rewards that users can get depends on the number of KCS held and the trading volume of the KuCoin exchange. Besides being paid out as a dividend, KCS as a utility token is also used to pay for trading fees on the KuCoin exchange, allowing users to enjoy discounts of up to 80%. The use case of KCS also includes participation in the token sale on KuCoin Spotlight, as well as lock, drop, burning, drop on the Pool X platform. But this is not all, as KCS tokens also serve a series of other purposes on the platform. For instance, KCS holders can become KuCoin VIPs, and users no longer need to have a huge BTC trading volume to unlock the reduced maker and taker fees. KCS can also be used as a payment method for shopping, making hotel reservations, buying gaming equipment, and more. All right. So looking at this, it's really grabbed my attention because you watch what's happening with Binance, and it's just unbelievable. However, KuCoin has not yet reached its all-time high. The all-time high for KuCoin was reached on January 8th, January 7th, 2018, 3 years ago. And it was $20 something. I'm going to expand this for a second just to see what that was. The all-time high was $21.14. $21.14 was the all-time high. Currently at $15.62. So, all of that to say, I do believe that this might be a token to consider. All right, we're going to just jump into some more cryptocurrency terminology and see if we can bust through the C's really quickly. And that'll be a wrap for today. Candlesticks. A candlestick chart is a graphing technique used to show changes in price over time. Each candle provides 4 points of information: opening price, closing price, high and low, also known as candles for short. All right, so if we jump into one of these charts here, this is just a standard line. This does not have candlesticks. If we click on Trading View, it should pull up the Trading View chart, and we should be able to see an example of some candlesticks because, yes, there are the candlesticks. And so you can see what they're talking about here. The current price, $15.52, but there's that thin needle that goes up to the top, which shows the top, and then the thin needle that goes on the bottom, it shows the bottom. And if it closed on that hour below where it opened, the candlestick turns red. If it closed above, the candlestick turns green. Cash. Cash is the most liquid form of money. Physical coins and banknotes in the most narrow sense of the term. Central bank digital currency. Well, we've talked about that a lot. You guys know what that is. CBDCs are digital currencies issued by a central bank whose status is legal tender Depends on government regulation or law. I think right now the only one that's actually live is China's CBDC, but others are in the process. I think we did cover one other. That was conglomeration of, I forget the details about it, but more and more central banks are talking about doing this thing. Central ledger. A central ledger is a physical book or a computer file used to record transactions in a central manner. Central processing unit, or CPU. A central processing unit, CPU, is the part of a computer that is in charge of interpreting and executing programs and coordinating the work of all other components. Of course, the most notable CPU company is Intel. Intel and AMD are the CPU manufacturers that most people know about. Centralized. A centralized organization structure is one in which a single node or a small number of them are in control of an entire network. We also use centralized a lot, though, to talk about the fact that there's an entity, a corporation, a company, or some other entity that controls a system, and that's why it's centralized. Centralized exchange, or CEX, C-E-X. Centralized exchanges are a type of cryptocurrency exchange that is operated by a company that owns it in a centralized manner. Chain split. Chain splits are another term used to describe cryptocurrency forks, the separation of a single original coin into several independently managed projects. So probably the most notable chain split of all time was the Ethereum and Ethereum Classic chain split. Well, actually coming in close to that, maybe even more notable, but happening later, was the Bitcoin Cash chain split. That was so contentious. Change, a concept relevant to cryptocurrencies that uses the UTXO model, is the number of coins sent back to a user after they use their unspent outputs to initiate a transaction. Chargeback. A chargeback is the return of money to the payer of a certain transaction, most commonly one that was made with a credit or debit card. Yeah, chargebacks are not really something that happen within the cryptocurrency space. Once you send a transaction and it is processed and it is entered onto the blockchain, it is immutable, it is final, it is done. However, with credit cards, this is something that is done regularly and often abused. Cipher. A cipher is an algorithm that can be used to encrypt and decrypt information. Circulating supply. The best approximation of the number of coins that are circulating in the market and in the general public's hands, as opposed to the total supply or the maximum supply. Client. A client is software that can access and process blockchain transactions on a local computer. A common application of this is a cryptocurrency software wallet. And then you might have also explorers or Etherscan, for instance. These could also be considered clients that can pull data from the blockchain and display it to users. Often this term client was also used to speak of email clients that might pull email data off of an email server in a similar way. Close. Close refers to the closing price, similar to the same term used in stock trading. Now, interestingly enough, we don't have daily closes like we do with stocks because crypto markets are open 24/7, but we can have a close on an hourly price or some other time frame that you choose to select. A monthly close you could do, something like that. Cloud mining, cryptocurrency mining with remote processing power rented from companies. Generally speaking, this is not a great idea. The fees are high and the profits low, and they're centralized, and just other issues that prevent cloud mining from being worthwhile. Cosigner, a person or entity that has partial control and access over a cryptocurrency wallet. Coin. A coin can refer to a cryptocurrency that can operate independently or to a single unit of such cryptocurrency. Coinbase. In mineable cryptocurrencies, a coinbase is the number of coins that are generated from scratch and awarded to miners for mining every new block, also known as miner reward. Right. Cold storage. Cold storage is offline storage of cryptocurrencies, typically involving hardware non-custodial wallets, such as what are some of the some of the Ledger Nano. There's others. Cold store wallets, USBs, offline computers, or paper wallets. Cold wallet, a cryptocurrency wallet that is in cold storage, i.e. not connected to the internet. Collateralized debt position, CDP. A collateralized debt position is held by locking collateral in smart contracts to generate stable coins. Confirmations. A cryptocurrency transaction is considered confirmed when it is included in a block on the blockchain. Each new block after the first one is an additional confirmation for that transaction. When you run into the confirmation issue, most probably is when you make a deposit to an exchange, and certain exchanges will require a certain number of confirmations before they will accept that deposit and allow you to trade on their exchange. So you might have to wait some time. 10 confirmations, 12 confirmations. They'll have different requirements. Consortium blockchain, a privately owned and operated blockchain where a consortium shares information not readily available to the public while relying on the immutable and transparent properties of the blockchain. Correction. A correction is a pullback of an asset's price of at least 10% to adjust for overvaluation. Craig Wright. Who's Craig Wright? Craig Wright is an Australian computer scientist associated with Bitcoin SV, which was another example of a chain split that happened around the same time as the Bitcoin Cash. And Craig Wright has often claimed that he is Satoshi Nakamoto. He's even tried to sue the core developers of Bitcoin and other nefarious type of activities. He's an interesting person for sure. Crypto asset. A crypto asset is any digital asset that uses cryptographic technologies to maintain its operation as a currency or decentralized application. Cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies are digital currencies that use cryptographic technologies to secure their operation. Cryptographic hash function. Cryptographic hash functions produce a fixed size hash value from a variable size transaction input. You get that? Do you understand that? That's a twister. Cryptography, a field of study and practice to secure information, preventing third parties from reading information to which they are not privy. Cryptojacking, the use of another party's computer to mine cryptocurrency without their consent. Seems like this was done a lot with Monero. People would visit certain websites and download games and other types of things. Suddenly the computer just crawls to a halt and it's like, what's going on with my computer? It's so slow. Unbeknownst to the user, Monero's being mined in the background. I don't know why it's funny. Custodial cryptocurrency businesses are the ones that are in possession of their customers' funds for the duration of the use of their services. Cypherpunk. The cypherpunk movement promotes the use of cryptography and other privacy-focused technologies to advance social and political progress. There was a group that used to communicate, like on an IRC channel or some sort of forum like this, that called themselves the cypherpunks. And there's a lot there when you read about the history of Bitcoin that is interesting. Satoshi Nakamoto, early on, communicating with a number of the individuals that were in the cypherpunk community, such as Hal Finney and others, they had for quite some time been making efforts to create a digital currency that would provide privacy and not be confiscatable and other things that, currently it appears that Bitcoin hasn't fully achieved their original objectives, but it has achieved other objectives such as being resistant, inflation resistant, and other issues. These cypherpunks were skeptical initially about Bitcoin because so many efforts had been made. So when Satoshi Nakamoto came along and said basically, hey guys, I figured it out, created the perfect solution, that most of them just sort of wrote it off, except for Hal Finney and a couple others that did get involved. And it's a very fascinating and interesting story to read about all of that. And maybe at some point in time, we'll cover and talk more about it. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me on this Friday, April 9th. I hope that you have a really incredible weekend and just have a ton of fun with your friends and your family and whatever it is that you're doing. Remember, it's always a great day to earn and stack more crypto. And if you ever want to reach out to me, you can do that by sending an email to info@blockthrasher.com. Please be sure to visit blockthrasher.com, sign up for an account, and join us on the group if you like. Also, we're on Facebook. Yeah, I know, Facebook. But people are there. So we go where the people are. It's facebook.com/groups/blockthrasher if you want to jump into that community, which is growing and vibrant and a good place to ask questions. There's a lot of knowledgeable people in there. All right, thanks for your time. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye now.